Welcome to the show. We are the Wild Horses of Eastwatch. Ryan Sullins, who's in charge of production and editing of videos. Andrew Schroeder, who's in charge of editing scripts and helping direct the videos. Douglas Machado, who's in charge of story analysis as well as marketing concepts. And Michael Krause, who's in charge of team management and overall productivity of the team. We are here to present you the TV show, The Sacred Southwest. A skillful, determined ex-Wall Street financial advisor embarks on a life journey after the stock market crash of 2008. Finding the true meaning of success in life, three friends, a nerd outcast and two adrenaline junkies, invest in SimCorp and will join hands with Mr. Wall Street to develop the start of an invention that will forever change the world for the best. The show has a target market for younger males between the ages of 20 and 30 who are just getting into the business professional industry. Though we are hoping to attract most young business professionals between the ages of in their early 20s and early 30s. The show will cover many social situations in the business world involving interpersonal issues with coworkers, as well as business partners, as well as how to consider and interact with other cultures globally within the business world, as well as communications and tactics. The story goes Don, Sherry, and Jack find themselves in the desert, and that's where the story takes off. Jack was in the desert. Don and Sherry are out there just enjoying their day because they're adrenaline junkies. Jack has this idea for an invention, and turns out Don and Sherry happen to be pretty big business players and investors. Jack's invention is an atmospheric water generator that is small enough to be in a water puddle. Don and Sherry find this to be a really great opportunity to turn a business. Jack's vision behind it is to hopefully turn this into a large company that can help other countries around the world that can't produce clean water efficiently. The new team gets together and finds an office in downtown Phoenix in the heart of the Southwest water crisis to take the water crisis head on with a two-stage implementation strategy. Stage 1. Develop a profit subsidiary and launch a commercially viable AWG, atmospheric water generator, that can be ready to take to market within 6 months. Stage 2. Using the profits from Stage 1, develop a non-profit organization, subsidiary of SimCorp, that will produce the same technology but on a commercial scale for countries, cities, small villages, small towns across the world. After overwhelming initial success with Jack leading the charge as a CEO, he organizes Tina, Don, and Sherry into being in charge of different branches of the company. Jack makes Tina CFO and puts her in charge. Jack makes Tina CFO and puts her in charge of the financials, and has her keep on active lookout at the books to make sure she keeps cash flow up and unnecessary expenses down. Jack also appoints Don as CEO and puts her in charge of recruiting so they can get some talent on the front lines and inside the building. Lastly, he appoints Sherry as their director of marketing and CSO. Her job is to mobilize her sales team, find clients, and turn existing clients into bigger spenders. And here's a few clips from our show. the first few episodes. In the first few episodes, you're going to see Jack being saved by a group of attractive, business-savvy females, which are Daunting and Sherry, the other main characters. They quickly take a liking to each other, form a nice group. Jack tells them his tale. They decide to move the product, start coming up with business plans and strategies. In the first episode, you're gonna see the 8-step process concept applied to how their business strategy is gonna go. It's also going to cover a lot on competitive advantage. These concepts are also going to go over and overlap into the second episode a little bit, but the second episode will mostly focus on geographic expansion and product development. In the third and moving into the fourth episode, you'll have organizational structure and critical thinking, the critical thinking model being applied as concepts that will be covered. Mostly in the fourth episode, you'll see differentiation and integration as well as groupthink concepts applied. That covers about the first half of the season. Fifth episode will cover departmentalization, change issues as the company starts growing. Staff members will have different needs as they expand out, people that start doing more traveling. Things will change and problems will continue to arise. In the sixth episode, communication becomes a big focus for the TV show. Modes of communication and medias of communication will be the focus of the sixth episode. And the seventh episode is going to cover cultural diversity and a stronger focus as I start doing more deals with India and trying to do trade with the West. East? What? East, my bad. That you'll see as these issues come up. As the show goes on and they more focus on the second stage of their company, trying to become more globally renowned, doing the nonprofit organization and applying the atmospheric water generators to third world countries, places that have dirty water, Africa, India, and such. Model of communication, cultural diversity, and the challenges of globalization and change factors in there. Ninth episode will deal more with the critical thinking model and research and development tactics used by managers and leaders. And we'll try to take the 9th and 10th episode as a spin-off where they failed in some departments as approach to business strategy, and they reflect as a group to try to see where they can start back up, where they made their mistakes. And the 10th episode will end on a cliffhanger about them coming together to start a new idea for their global change of pure water. And here, let's talk about the characters of the show. The main star, the host, if you will, Jack, CEO of Zen Corp. After being lost in the desert, he starts the company. A once high-stress New York businessman to a new, no-hassle attitude innovator, he represents the qualities of a meditational yoga instructor. Finding balances in all aspects of life, happiness, relationships, health, etc. He never holds grudges and is always willing to help others in a time of need. His goal is to teach others how this idea will be revolutionized, the idea of survivalist scenarios, discovering his idea of the life straw being the product that's the portable atmospheric water generator, makes him an absolute pioneer. As an innovator personality, he understands innovation never happens on its own. He values, builds, and sustains active, vibrant networks of people, assets, and organizations. Instead of viewing collaboration as a challenge, he sees it as an opportunity to identify strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. He also understands the ins and outs of business operations and knows how to delegate work in order to follow a well-planned strategic objectives protocol. Jack is a visionary and wholeheartedly believes in his product. He is a great public speaker and can talk his way into and out of anything. Jack is very organizationally oriented and can see his product becoming a huge success as long as he can effectively manage a group of people with the skill sets that he deems important. Don, Sherry, and Tina. Jack leads the group strongly and is dead set on the direction that he wants to go, which you'll see where this stubbornness on how he wants the plan to go a certain way comes in as you watch the episodes. We have Sherry, who's primarily human resources and interpersonal. If you were to stare into the gorgeous eyes of this woman, you would see nothing but a truly honest woman who speaks the truth and is extremely decisive. With a background of portfolio management with some offshore bank accounts, she's someone who knows a thing or two about investments. She can be very critical at some points. However, she does it to be constructive. With her background, she sure knows how to budget, not just with business, but when it comes to saving a penny, in any way possible, she does it. Sherry possesses effective human resource skills and is a great mediator for the group. She always abides by the rules and makes sure everyone else does as well. She's very open-minded and always listens to what everyone has to say in order to make appropriate human resource decisions. Whenever there are disputes within the workplace, Sherry is the go-to girl. Dawn, head of marketing. Dawn has been Sherry's best friend for years and does everything with her. The two have been involved in numerous business ventures in the past that have all seen moderate success. Dawn and Sherry pride themselves in taking big risks and responsibilities when they offer potentially high rewards. Dawn is an apt saleswoman and could sell door to door. Occasionally, Dawn's marketing strategies may be somewhat out there, but they always prove to be quite effective, especially if she believes in the product she's selling. Dawn sees success in Jack's vision and is able to convince Sherry and Tina that teaming up with Jack could prove to be a worthy business. Tina, an accountant. Tina is a good friend to both Dawn and Sherry, but it is clear that she is odd one out within their friend circle. Tina is not as adventurous or risk-taking as the others, but prefers to take the safest route in all situations. Tina has always been a smart girl with a knack for anything related to math. She graduated college magna cum laude with a degree in accounting and is very proficient within the field. Tina is timid and shy, which makes her uneasy when jumping into new business opportunities. After speaking with Dawn and Sherry, she does foresee the potential for success with Jack's business idea, but is still skeptical and having not met Jack.